The air in Gainbridge Fieldhouse was thick with anticipation, a palpable buzz electrifying every seat. You could feel the collective breath held, the nervous energy of thousands of fans converging into a single unified hope. This was Game 7 of the NBA Finals, the ultimate test, the final chapter in a season-long saga, the culmination of countless hours of practice, sacrifice, and unwavering determination, all distilled into one winner-take-all contest. 48 minutes to decide a champion, 48 minutes to etch names into basketball immortality. Every second stretched, every tick of the clock amplified the pressure. Every possession felt monumental, a miniature war waged within the larger battle. Each pass, each shot, each rebound carried the weight of a city's expectations. Every dribble echoing with the weight of a season's dreams, a rhythmic pulse that mirrored the beating hearts of players and fans alike. The squeak of sneakers, the thud of the ball, a symphony of tension. The roar of the crowd was deafening, a tidal wave of sound threatening to engulf the court. It was a force that could either lift a team to victory or crush them under its immense pressure. A city's hope and fear colliding in one moment, a collective yearning for glory etched on every face in the stands. The agony and ecstasy of fandom laid bare. For the Indiana Pacers, underdogs turned contenders, a team that had defied expectations at every turn, proving doubters wrong with grit and determination. This was the culmination of an improbable journey, a testament to their unwavering belief in themselves and each other, a chance to cement their place in Pacers history. For the Boston Celtics, a franchise steeped in tradition and championship pedigree, it was about fulfilling destiny, adding another banner to the rafters, and silencing any whispers of doubt. The stakes could not have been higher, a championship ring, a place in history, the ultimate validation of a season's worth of work hanging in the balance. Every loose ball was a battle, a desperate scramble for possession, a willingness to sacrifice everything for the chance to win. Every free throw a test of nerve, a solitary moment of truth under the most intense pressure imaginable. The silence before the shot, broken only by the pounding of hearts. The energy was palpable, a living, breathing force that permeated every corner of the arena. A living entity pulsing with every basket and stop, a symphony of cheers and groans, a visceral display of human emotion. Coaches paced, their faces etched with concern, every decision magnified under the microscope of the finals, searching for any edge in this chess match of giants, dissecting every play, anticipating every move, desperate to find the key to unlock victory. Players on the bench lived and died with every play, their emotions mirroring the ebb and flow of the game, ready to contribute in any way they could. This was basketball in its purest, most dramatic form, a showcase of skill, athleticism, and unwavering determination, a contest of wills on the grandest stage, where legends are made and dreams are realized or shattered. The world watched, captivated by the drama, millions tuning in to witness history unfold, their hearts pounding in unison with the rhythm of the game. Unaware of the cruel twist of fate about to unfold, a moment that would forever alter the course of the game and leave an indelible mark on the hearts of everyone watching. In this crucible, where pressure reached its breaking point and every decision carried monumental weight, legacies would be forged or broken, heroes would rise and fall, and the story of this unforgettable Game 7 would be etched into the annals of basketball history. At the center of the storm was Tyresehaliburton, the Pacers' engine, architect, and soul. His vision and passing turned routine plays into art, elevating everyone around him. Haliburton changed the culture, bringing joy and swagger back to Indiana basketball. He wasn't just a star, he was the cornerstone, the leader who made his teammates better. Watching him direct the offense was a masterclass in basketball intelligence. His connection with Siakam and Turner was almost telepathic. He pushed the pace, creating chaos and easy opportunities. As Game 7 began, all eyes were on him, the player Boston feared most. Tyrese thrived under pressure, playing with poise and unshakable confidence. The weight of a city rested on his shoulders, and he carried it with ease. He was the man who could turn the Pacers' dream into reality. The first quarter was a showcase of Haliburton's brilliance. He orchestrated the offense, breaking down Boston's defense with skill and vision. Early on, he set up Turner for a dunk, then found Nesmith for a three. As the quarter wore on, he picked his moments to score, a floater here, a step-back three there. His energy was contagious, his confidence infectious. By the end of the first frame, he'd tallied 7 assists and kept the Pacers ahead. Boston's defense was left guessing. Guard the pass or the shot? Haliburton was playing chess while they played checkers. The Pacers held a slim lead, but with Tyrese at the helm, it felt like more. He was on pace for a historic performance, ready to carry his team to the promised land. The stage was set for something unforgettable. The tension in the arena was palpable. Every possession felt monumental, every point hard-earned. The Pacers and their opponents were locked in a fierce battle, neither willing to give an inch. But late in the second quarter, disaster struck, casting a pall over the entire game. On a fast break, Haliburton, the engine of the Pacers' offense, saw an opportunity to push the pace and create an easy scoring chance. He was a blur of motion, his eyes focused on the basket, his mind already calculating the best course of action. Eyes up, he surveyed the court, ready to dish to Siakam, who was streaking towards the basket, anticipating a pass and an easy layup. The play was developing perfectly, a testament to the team's chemistry and Haliburton's court vision. As he planted his left foot, preparing to make the pass, everything changed in an instant. His leg buckled, no contact, just a sudden sickening collapse that sent a wave of shock through the arena. It was the kind of moment that makes every fan's heart sink, a stark reminder of the fragility of athletes and the unpredictable nature of the game. The arena gasped, the roar of the crowd instantly replaced by a stunned silence, as if everyone collectively held their breath, unsure of what they had just witnessed. The energy that had been crackling in the air just moments before was now replaced by an unsettling quiet. Players froze, their competitive instincts momentarily forgotten, all eyes fixed on the fallen star, their faces etched with concern and disbelief. The game suddenly seemed insignificant compared to the well-being of their teammate. The way he grabbed his hamstring, the pained expression on his face told the story. This was serious, potentially season-altering. It was a sight no fan wanted to see, a moment that could derail all the hopes and dreams built up over months of hard work. Medical staff rushed in, their faces grim, knowing the urgency of the situation. Every second counted as they assessed the injury and tried to provide comfort and support. Teammates knelt beside him, offering words of encouragement, their faces etched with worry and helplessness. They knew how much Haliburton meant to the team, both on and off the court. The game stopped, the clock frozen. Time seemed to stretch into an eternity as everyone waited for news, for some sign of hope. The silence in the arena was deafening, broken only by hushed whispers and the shuffling of feet. Fans stood in disbelief, their faces a mixture of shock, concern, and anxiety. Hope draining from the building, replaced by a heavy sense of foreboding. The atmosphere had shifted dramatically, the joy and excitement replaced by a palpable sense of dread. The replay confirmed the worst, showing the gruesome details of the injury in slow motion. A non-contact injury, a cruel twist of fate that seemed to defy logic and reason. It was a reminder that even the most skilled and dedicated athletes are vulnerable to the unpredictable nature of their bodies. The heart and soul of the Pacers was on the floor, his future, and the team's, hanging in the balance. And no one knew if he'd get back up, if he'd be able to lead his team again this season. The uncertainty was agonizing, the silence punctuated by the weight of unspoken fears. In an instant, the dream teetered on the edge, threatening to shatter into a million pieces. The hopes of a championship run, the aspirations of a city, all hung precariously in the balance. The entire city held its breath, praying for a miracle, hoping against hope that their star player would be okay. The weight of the moment was immense, the silence broken only by the collective anxiety of a city united in its concern. Haliburton's walk to the locker room was agonizing, supported by staff, pain and disappointment on his face. The crowd's ovation was a mournful farewell, gratitude and grief mingling in the air. The arena felt hollow, the energy was gone. On the court, the Pacers looked lost, their minds elsewhere. Coach Carlisle called timeout, searching for words to rally his shaken team. The Celtics, professional but somber, sensed the shift. When play resumed, Indiana's offense sputtered, hesitant, disjointed, the joy gone. T.J. McConnell took over, but Haliburton was irreplaceable. Boston's defense swarmed, forcing turnovers and tough shots. The game, once a thrilling battle, now tilted heavily in Boston's favor. The Pacers' confidence had vanished, their harmony lost. The game became about survival, not victory. The mood was somber, the outcome all but decided. The dream had slipped away. The second half was a painful procession. The Celtics, led by Tatum and Brown, methodically dismantled the Pacers. The lead ballooned, the crowd's roars faded to murmurs. Indiana fought valiantly. Siakam battled, Turner protected the rim, Nesmith hustled, but the synergy was gone. The offense, once a flowing river, was now stagnant. Easy looks disappeared, belief evaporated. The emotional blow of losing their leader was too much to overcome. Every possession was a reminder of who was missing. As the final buzzer sounded, Boston celebrated. Confetti fell, but for Indiana, it felt like ash. The Pacers walked off with heads high but hearts heavy. They congratulated Boston with class, but the pain of what could have been lingered. Their final battle was fought without their North Star. In the aftermath of such a promising season cut short, a palpable sense of disappointment hung heavy in the air around Indianapolis. The city was left grappling with the most agonizing question in all of sports, a question that echoes through the halls of every arena and the minds of every fan. What if? A simple question, yet loaded with so much weight, so much potential, and so much regret. Before the devastating injury, the Pacers were not just competing, they had seized control. They had the lead, a tangible advantage hard-earned through grit and determination. They had the momentum, that elusive force that can carry a team to victory, fueled by the roar of the crowd and the unwavering belief in their ability. And crucially, they had their superstar, Tyresehaliburton, playing at his absolute peak, orchestrating the offense with dazzling skill and inspiring his teammates with every move. He was the engine driving their championship aspirations. Now fans will debate it for years to come, dissecting every play, every decision, every missed opportunity. The coffee shops, the sports bars, the online forums, all will be filled with endless speculation. If Haliburton had stayed healthy, if that one fateful moment had never occurred, would the Larry O'Brien Trophy, the ultimate symbol of basketball supremacy, be residing in Indiana right now? This agonizing what if will inevitably become an integral part of Pacers folklore, a tale whispered through generations of fans, forever etched in the team's history. It's a story of a championship seemingly within reach, only to be cruelly snatched away by the capricious hand of fate, leaving behind a lingering sense of what could have been. But for the players themselves, the weight of that question, the burden of what if, will undoubtedly haunt them even more deeply. They'll replay the moment endlessly in their minds, scrutinizing every detail, searching for any sign, any alternative outcome. They'll wonder if they could have done something differently, if they could have pushed harder, defended better, made a different pass, anything to alter the course of events. And they'll carry the weight of that question, the burden of unfulfilled potential, with them long after they leave the court. It will undoubtedly fuel their next campaign, driving them to work harder, to push their limits, to leave no stone unturned in their pursuit of redemption. But it will also serve as a painful reminder of what could have been, a constant shadow lurking in the background, a testament to the fragility of success. A championship window, as every team knows, is a fragile and fleeting thing, a delicate balance of talent, opportunity, and sheer luck. And theirs, so full of promise, so ripe with potential, closed in the most brutal and unexpected way imaginable. One unlucky step, a twist of fate, undid an entire season's worth of hard work, dedication, and unwavering hope, shattering dreams and leaving a city in mourning. The story, the narrative arc that had been building all season long, wasn't supposed to end this way, with a question mark hanging over everything. The hero, the leader, the one destined to guide them to glory, was meant to lead his team to the promised land, not be carried off the battlefield, his dreams and the dreams of a city seemingly dashed in an instant. As devastating as it was, this incident reveals a larger truth about sports. The beauty of the game is inseparable from its cruelty. We watch because the outcome is unknown, the stakes real. The risk of heartbreak makes victory sweet. This unpredictability is what makes sports compelling. Unscripted drama, real dreams. Players are not superheroes, they're human, pushing their bodies to the limit. Haliburton's injury is a humbling reminder of the game's physical toll. The raw emotion in the arena reflected how much this meant to everyone. In the end, the finals will always be intertwined with this moment, a razor-thin line between triumph and tragedy. The game gives and takes, and that's why we keep coming back. While heartbreak lingers, the final message is one of hope and admiration. This game was about courage, the heart of Tyresehaliburton, who gave everything for his team and city. His season ended in pain, but his leadership and joy elevated the franchise. His journey isn't over. The resilience of his teammates deserves praise. They fought on, honoring their leader. This experience will make them stronger, their bond deeper. Haliburton faces a long road back, but his spirit is unbreakable. His return will be one of next season's great stories. Let's remember the joy the Pacers brought, the brilliance of a young superstar, and the courage of all athletes. The game is unpredictable and sometimes cruel, but it's the resilience to rise after a fall that inspires us most. The Pacers will be back, and Tyrese Halliburton will lead them.